What is up? Markopotamus is back. How we doing? It's been like 2 weeks. It's been like 2 weeks, man. Jeez, feels like ages since I've been in front of the mic. But new additions, most noticeably, first and foremost, is probably the light. I found the ring light, did some moving around in storage, and I found my old El Gato ring light. So if I look a little bit more flush than usual, that's why. Along with that are some little tweaks I've done with our camera. If I look focus, out of focus, I don't know, man. I'm tweaking it, and I'm messing with the settings and doing all that jazz. Let's call this an adjustment period, if anything. Zorro cam is no longer in this corner, but it's actually in this corner now. So I think it just lines up better with where I'm looking at him, and it gives this side a little bit more personality, if you ask me. I'm just hoping for the best. Fuck it. Took a break for the recent World Cup qualifiers. A lot of great action though during those. Holy shit. Where do I begin? Scotland. This is the crazy Scotland qualification. Ireland being Portugal. Ronaldo crashing out. All the great shit. The England drama, that was crazy. Mexico just being trash as usual. Plenty of different narratives during that international break, and I think, you know, as we get closer to that World Cup, I'll be a bit more inclined to, you know, cover international football, particularly in March, probably whenever we do those last World Cup qualifying like knockout rounds. I think those are the ones we'll tune in for. Some interesting matchups there already that I'm already kind of hoping to watch. Yeah, like let's spin it back to today. Inter versus AC Milan. Let's just look at the table as of right now. Inter are sitting in third, right behind Roma and Napoli. So Inter need a win here to keep it close. Otherwise, they'll be at risk of falling behind in this very close race. You know, a few weeks back, I kind of felt like Roma in particular were fumbling the bag by not getting that win from AC Milan. I kind of tipped them to not be in the position they're in right now, so they're proving me wrong at the moment. But that just sort of goes to show how unpredictable Serie A is this season. It is a low-scoring season this time around in Serie A. I might have misinterpreted Roma for not being able to capitalize on their moment because they couldn't score the goals that they were supposed to. It turns out that that's just sort of a blanket issue for a lot of these teams. Incidentally, however, it does not seem to be a problem for Inter. They are one of the higher scoring squads in Serie A this season. Most interestingly, though, their top scorer is Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who is a midfielder of all people. You know, wrap your head around that one, but they're up there. And reversely, Milan, I think, are one of the best defensive teams. So this screams like, you know, 1-0, 1-1, 0-0. Like, it has that written all over it. It'll be really hard to predict which way it'll go. I always am going to tip Inter in this matchup right now. I don't think Milan have the, you know, firing capabilities that they would require to move past Inter. They do have Pulisic back though. That's a notable addition. He had missed the last couple of weeks in Serie A, but I think he took off the international break, Pulisic, to be able to be back here and be available for Milan in this match. I think this is his first game back since injury, Christian Pulisic. We'll see how he does. Rafael Leao right now is pretty hot, providing plenty of goal-scoring opportunities. I think he got an assist against Roma. Modric gets the start for AC Milan. Let me go through these lineups real fast before this kicks off. Mike Maignan in goal for AC Milan. Pavlovic, Gabbia, and Tomori make up a back three. Midfield of five with Bartesaggi, the youngster. Rabiot, Modric, Fofana, and Salamakers with the strike duo of Rafael Leao and Christian Pulisic. Pretty nice. For Inter, similar setup, 3-5-2. Sommer in goal, Akanji, Acerbi, Bastoni back three, and then a midfield five of Augusto. Oh yeah, that's a big one. No Denzel Dumfries right now for Inter. That's a huge missing puzzle piece. And then Barella next to him, Çalhanoğlu, the top scorer, Sucic, Di Marco, strike duo of Thuram and Lautaro Martinez. I've been thinking a lot about Di Marco. Super underrated, that guy, I think. He's always a menace. He's a fucking problem for any side or any winger going up against him, really. And he has a couple assists, I think. How's he doing? No assists yet, but I mean, that dude's a dog. 4 assists right now, 2 goals in 11 matches. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 28? He's in his prime, Di Marco. That makes sense. I'm tipping Inter to take it, for sure. I don't really have a horse in the race. I would say I'm more of an AC Milan fan, simply because I've actually seen them play before, and that kind of thing sticks with you. No particular loyalty to either of these teams. Just because I've seen them live doesn't make them my exact cup of tea. This is the dream, dude. To be able to watch this match in the San Siro, the best match you could attend, probably, in Italy. Except maybe like Roma-Lazio. You know, this one gets a lot of publicity, you know, and a lot of attention, this matchup. Because these clubs have traditionally been affiliated with bigger names, but I guarantee you there's some derbies that are way more intense than this one. The derbies nobody really looks at are oftentimes the ones that are like the highest intensity, where nothing else is on the line apart from bragging rights, regional bragging rights. Thuram already in the box here. Pavlovic muscles off Thuram. Hey, that guy Pavlovic has been really good. I've seen him a couple times this season. He was man of the match, I think, last time I saw him against Roma. Thuram already with a header, with a dive by Maignan. Ooh. Impressive. Impressive. Yeah, Pavlovic got a goal against Roma and secured a clean sheet. But somehow, they gave the man of the match award to Mike Maignan that time. And I guess it's well-deserved because Maignan did save a penalty from Paulo Dybala that day. Inter with the first good chance. I took a very strong hand from Maignan to keep that out. What a header from Thuram. And great service from Di Marco. Di Marco creates chances. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. It was a cross from Di Marco. An equally great save from Mike Maignan. Wow. Gabbia is still down for AC Milan. It looked like a hard collision at first glance. Oh, he leaking that boy. Gabbia's bleeding. AC Milan here are kind of asking for that play to be looked at. Let's see. Lautaro goes up. Ooh. Lautaro elbowed the shit out of Gabbia in midair. AC Milan have a shout here, man, because I guess the jump is natural from Lautaro. Might be more accidental, that elbow. Because you have to jump that way. You have to jump with your arms up, basically, to get that kind of height. It catches Gabbia right in the face. Lautaro might be a little bit lucky that this is happening so early. You know, I don't think the ref is going to be too inclined to review that as serious foul play. Like, imagine the position the ref is in to have to be pressured to make a call that big this early, you know, and effectively change the course of the game from the jump. That's a huge ask, you know, that's a huge thing to ask of the ref when the collision seems dubious to begin with. Lautaro has to jump for that. He has to challenge for that ball. He has every right to challenge for that ball. His arms have a right to be up that high if he's trying to get that kind of height on the jump. It's just unfortunate that Gabbia's face happened to be in the same place. Not a red, at very most a warning, and if I'm being totally extreme, a yellow. But again, way too early to make a call like that. Çalhanoğlu is one of the deepest midfielders right now, and he sends a nice pass to Thuram. Yeah, Çalhanoğlu was so deep there, creating the play from midfield. With positions like that, it's kind of mind-boggling that he's the top scorer in this team right now, Çalhanoğlu. Inter are able to put this ball into dangerous positions. Çalhanoğlu was able to get a piercing pass through midfield into the box right at the feet of Thuram. You gotta narrow down the spaces there if you're AC Milan. Modric. 40 years old, Luka Modric, and he starts in the Milan derby. That is crazy. Ooh, what a switch of play by Lautaro, but it didn't work. It was a good idea. Lautaro just sort of tried to blindly swing that ball to switch the play over to the left side of his attack. Oh, it was a clever idea by nature, but it just didn't come off. Here's Barella. Oh, Sucic goes down. Oh, Tomori with the risky challenge on Sucic in the box. Sucic is still down. Let's see the replay. That had to be a perfect tackle from Tomori. Let's see. A lot of contact on Sucic. Let's see. Here's a close-up. Oh, it is an incredible tackle by Tomori. Very nice. God damn. The way Çalhanoğlu moves is something to behold. Bastoni almost finds Lautaro. Di Marco has it shot low. Jeez, that move came from out of nowhere. The ball was with Bastoni, who crosses it vertically into the box to Lautaro. And on the rebound, Inter jump all over it, and it results in a shot for Di Marco. Inter's looking like they're about to strike first. Acerbi just lost a physical battle with Rafa Leao and required Jan Sommer to get involved there. Rabiot for AC Milan. Rabiot wide to the right. Salamakers crosses. Leao doesn't win this time, but it lands to Bartesaghi. That was sketchy. Scuffed low shot from Bartesaghi, but if Pulisic or Leao can get a foot to it, that's a tap-in. The youngster Bartesaghi has been hot and cold this season from the couple times I've seen him. But he's young, and you would kind of expect that. Barella trying to keep this counter-attack. That's a great pass. That was a killer pass that sliced through midfield from Barella to Thuram. Very fast pace here. There's a very fast pace in this match. I'm just kind of struggling to keep up, to be honest. AC Milan tried to prod their way. Oh, here comes Pulisic. Bartesaghi crosses it looking for Rafa Leao, but Acerbi had other ideas. Interesting move there from AC Milan, okay? So they were trying to do some short passes on the left side to try to prod their way through and create play there, but when they couldn't, they brought it back, switched it over to the right, and with one piercing pass, Gabbia was able to find Leao, and Leao connects with Pulisic to develop that attack, which moves back to the left. Interesting. AC Milan have no problem switching from left to right here. This is the best they've looked so far. That was a good move. AC Milan operating in the Inter half quite comfortably now. That battle between Acerbi and Leao is going to be super entertaining. They're trading blows right now. Pulisic with a nice move! What a nice move, Pulisic, with an auto pass. Flicks it up, passes it to himself, and Inter just sort of lets him unleashes him. Pulisic gets the pass, flicks it up, and the rest of Inter are just sort of watching it and take their eyes off of Pulisic, who's able to meet the end of his own pass. Really weird. Barella, the only Inter player here seemingly awake, Barella. Inter Milan a little bit lethargic in recovering these second balls. Oh my god, this is great stuff from both ends. Milan content on keeping the intensity up. Played that free kick really short and kept it going. None of this breaking for a set piece action for AC Milan right now. They want to keep the pressure up. Oh, here's Pulisic with space. Pulisic. Wrong decision there from Christian. It's okay, but wow, the way he was able to... The way AC Milan were able to find Christian Pulisic in space there is worrisome for Inter. And that's happened a couple times now, where they're just sleeping a bit, Inter, and allowing AC Milan to create things in space. I mean, AC Milan are taking advantage. This time, Christian Pulisic just didn't make the right choice in the final pass. But it's promising. Those are promising signs. Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Thuram. Barella, back to Thuram. Oh, very nice. Lautaro, Sucic, wide now. Bastoni, Di Marco, back to Bastoni. Sucic, the one-touch passing working. Çalhanoğlu chips it up high. Creative idea to try to find Di Marco there. Very nice. That's a good string of play right there from Inter. Just one-touch passing, quick, lightning. Love that. The creativity, the idea there from Çalhanoğlu to try to chip that ball in for Di Marco. Didn't work, but brilliant idea nonetheless. Inter do have a corner here. Here it is. Ooh. Acerbi got ahead to it, but AC Milan are saved by the crossbar. Ball back with AC Milan. Here comes Bartesaghi. Back and forth stuff here. Rabiot. Thinking about it. Rabiot. Direct to Christian. Christian takes a hit from Akanji. Akanji was all over him. That was a good tackle by Akanji. Just a hard hit. Gets the man, but got the ball first. Very good from Akanji. God, plenty to work with here. This is great stuff. Thuram has a wicked body feint on him. He used that body feint to develop a play for Çalhanoğlu there, and Çalhanoğlu just didn't hit it right with his left. Bad touch from Modric and giveaway pass. You don't see that very often from Luka. Salamaker still has it. Cross low. Pulisic has it in the box. Pulisic tries to cross it, but Acerbi is a mountain to try to get past. Dude, he's balling out, Christian Pulisic. Lautaro with a kick on Pavlovic. That's two, man. Lautaro's on some bullshit today. The first one, unintentional. That elbow to Gabia, I think. But this one, this kick to Pavlovic was a little bit more, I think, preventable. The stringing of passing is crazy from Inter. Short, direct, long passes. All kinds of different passings. Different passes happening here for Inter. Everything's going great except for the final one. How much of a flex is it to have both Çalhanoğlu and Barella? Barella with the cross to Thuram to Lautaro! Oh my god, big hand from Maignan to push it onto the post. What a save, Maignan. Here it comes again, Barella. Jesus. Cross from Barella onto the head of Thuram, who heads it down right to fucking Lautaro in front of goal. And the shot is stopped. Lautaro didn't take a touch, just one times that shot. And Maignan, like a cat, gets the hand to it, pushes the ball onto the post. Wow. That happened so fast on both ends. Quick shot, quick save. Wow. This is a great match so far, man. Holy shit, Mike Maignan has had 2 good saves already. One very early, and then this one just now. Magic Mike, they call him. Modric hasn't been his best today. He's been a little bit sloppy. Maybe one step behind everybody. But even on his off days, he's better than most players, Luka Modric. Rabiot. Able to connect with Pulisic. Here's Pulisic. Pulisic again. Pulisic with the curler. Oh my god. Wrong side of the post. Jan Sommer was beat. A curling shot from the top of the box by Christian Pulisic. Oh man. It was a nice curling shot, but it couldn't find the right side of the post. Good attempt by Christian. Dude, this guy's so fucking good. Christian Pulisic. As a Mexico fan, this guy is a menace. He's a problem, Christian Pulisic. He's so goddamn good. I never thought Christian Pulisic was going to be this good. He's literally one of Milan's best players in this match so far. He's a creative outlet and just a consistently mobile attacker. He is everywhere. He's dropping in deep. He's making runs in front of the defense. Incredible work from Christian Pulisic today. He's been immense and he's made his presence known. It's really something to witness the development of Christian Pulisic. It is really something. I thought he was going to be like a flash of the pan kind of player, but he has taken his development seriously, for sure. Americans struggle in Europe, for sure, just to find their place in a side, and more often than not, it's like they find their spaces in mid to lower table squads. You know, whether in England, Germany, whatever club they're in, they usually end up mid to, to lower table. That's typically their level. But look at Christian Pulisic, a player like Christian Pulisic who is able to operate at the highest level of its Italian ball, dude. I never thought I would see it. Honestly, I never expected him to be this kind of player, and he's really good. If he could just stay healthy, he's an asset to any squad he decides to play with. Both as a starter and as a substitute. He's a fucking force to be reckoned with, Christian Pulisic. I severely underestimated him in the beginning of his career. I did not think he would be this good, Christian Pulisic. And I mean, you throw him into a growing USA team this summer, and as a Mexico fan, I cringe at the thought. I cringe at the thought of how deadly they can be, at least in attack. But yeah, I had this entire narrative of Christian Pulisic already developed in my head early in his career, and every season he proves me wrong. He is a force. And that is the half. Great stuff from both sides. I mean, it can go either way here. Back and forth. Midfield battle. The attacks are both in sync. There's a lot to go here. There's so much more that, we can be privy to here. It's a great show. A really great show. 0-0, not surprised. I had a feeling it was going to be a low-scoring affair. It's really hard to tell who comes out on top here because both teams are, I think, excelling in the areas that they're strongest with. They're both clicking. Both squads are definitely clicking in their respected attributes. Like they're doing what they do best. Milan are defending well. Mike Maignan is having a killer game. Has already made 2 wicked saves and are also doing, relatively well in attack as well. They haven't had the greatest chance at goal so far. Like, it hasn't come the closest one. I would say probably the Pulisic shot was the scariest for sure. But they've gotten close. They're able to circumvent the Inter midfield and just run past them, AC Milan, and put themselves in troublesome positions. Inter also have picked up the pace. They started off really well, but then I would say around minute 20 or so, they started getting a little bit late to those 50-50 balls, and that allowed AC Milan to kind of jump right back into it. However, they bounced back from that. They bounced back. They responded to that pressure and began to start winning those 50-50 battles, and then were able to start developing crazy passing that resulted in dangerous positions and shots. Both teams are growing in this match, learning from each other as they go. It's stellar. It's awesome. It's great to watch. One team takes a couple jabs, jumps on defense, and then the other one takes a turn, and then as they grow deeper into the match, they just grow a better understanding of what the opponent is going to do. It's hard to see who wins. I don't know who's going to win. Honestly, this could be like the most entertaining draw of the season so far, for sure. I don't know, actually. Dortmund Juventus was also a good draw. That one was a good one. For a 0-0, an entertaining 0-0, I'll take it, dude. I'll take it if the quality and the drama matches the intensity. Like if it's intense enough. Will Inter be punished for not capitalizing on those big moments, on those big shots? I don't think so. I think they'll create more. The way they've been playing, for sure. 0 shots on target so far for AC Milan. 58% to 42% possession going to Inter with more. According to FootMob, 25% predict an Inter win, 19% predict a draw, and 56% think AC Milan is going to win. Interesting. Let's see how correct FootMob is. Inter need a win here to stay first. Interesting conversation they're having here on the broadcast. So they're pointing out what I pointed out earlier, that Luka Modric didn't really have a great first half. It wasn't terrible, but he wasn't his best. He gave the ball away a couple of times, a couple poor touches. But like I said, his worst day is better than most guys' best days. You know what I mean? Like, he's a world-class guy. I think he's earned the slack, but there's a conversation to have as to whether or not AC Milan are a little bit too reliant on him at this point. And I mean, that kind of makes sense. I think that's a valid thing to point out, dude. Like, he's a central part of AC Milan's whole setup here. You're not going to be able to rely on him for the entirety of this season. It's a matter of time before, knock on wood, before, age starts to catch up with Luka Modric. And when that happens, it's going to hurt AC Milan. He has played the full 90 before. I think he played the full 90 against Roma, and that was a big match. I would be kind of surprised if Modric plays the full 90 here. I don't think, given the way he's playing, that he should. Maybe fucking give him like 20, 25 more minutes here. Just for the plot, let's see what the lineup looks like, or what the subs look like. You can't I don't know. I don't even know why. Why would I look at the lineups? You're not going to replace a guy like Luka Modric, regardless of who's on the bench. Bring on Ruben Loftus-Cheek to replace Luka Modric in the Milan Derby. Jesus. Good luck. Good luck finding a job after that one. Look at this passing. Oh, what a nice ball there from Bastoni. Barella. Jesus, these passes from Inter are crazy. The passing and the movement off the ball to create passing options is incredible from Inter. It's a good effort from Marcus Thuram, but you have to be extra creative to beat Mike Maignan today. Is Pulisic playing? He sure is, dude, and he is popping off. How you doing, Japes? Salamakers takes a shot low. Big hand, and it's Christian Pulisic! Pulisic scores! What the fuck? Christian Pulisic scores in the Milan Derby. What the hell? That was coming. The American with the breakthrough for AC Milan. It was coming, man. Christian's been popping off. Look at this. Great pass from Fofana to Salamakers. Salamakers has no right to take a shot there. Big hand by Jan Sommer. But he cannot get it away from the charging run of Christian Pulisic. And it's a tap-in. But it is a big goal for AC Milan. Pulisic scored, Japes. You came in at the right time. I think you created that, my guy. Christian Pulisic, man, continues to defy my expectations. Like I said earlier, I thought he was going to be a certain type of player that hit a ceiling early in his career. But he has proven me wrong each and every season that he's been relevant here in Europe. We're so winning the World Cup this year. I don't know, man. I said that earlier. I was like, dude, as a Mexico fan, here comes Christian again. Look at him. Ooh, and it took a sliding tackle from Bastoni there to stop Christian Pulisic. I said earlier, man, as a Mexico fan, this is worrisome. And I've been watching him since he broke out. And I just never thought he was going to be, this good. The USA as a national team are learning a lot under Pochettino. They demolished Uruguay the other day without Christian Pulisic. With him, who knows? Who knows? If you're familiar with American sports in general, you are wary of the fact that Americans can basically do anything in sports. Didn't USA fucking beat the Soviet Union at hockey one time? Like, when the Soviet Union was like in the peak of their like greatness. Shit just happens. This World Cup is different too. I mean, there's more teams, so the odds of favorable opponents in the knockout stages goes up just a bit. So you never know, man. The World Cup is the World Cup, but freakier things have happened. Who would have thought Morocco could make it that far in the last one? There's always a dark horse. There's always a dark horse. Who would have thought that Croatia would end up in the final in 2018? It's always going to be a stretch to think the United States could pull something like that off, but you can't rule anything out. Every nation has their moment at one point or another. With Captain America in full form, it takes more than one man to win the World Cup, though. Pulisic, man, I still can't believe it. He's missed what, like a month? Something like that. He's been injured. He's been injured for a few games. He missed the entirety of the fucking World Cup qualifying round. Oh, I mean, the international friendlies for the USA, he just wasn't a part of them. 48 goal involvements in the last 3 seasons. Christian Pulisic level with Lautaro Martinez. That is insane. Martinez has won the World fucking Cup. That is nuts. For an American to do that. 30 minutes for Inter to equalize here. This is the biggest match in Italy. This is one of the biggest derbies in the world. Up there with El Clasico. Up there with Boca River. It's up there. Fucking Christian Pulisic is just in here balling out. This is so crazy. Leao has it. Barella, to be able to get that ball off of Rafael Leao is crazy. He's so good. Tracking back, outmuscles him and wins the ball. Continues to play up the field. Barella. One of the most underrated players in the world, I feel like. Wide to Leao. This is Leao. Leao against Akanji. This is where Leao is so dangerous. A step overs. Akanji finally stops Leao. Very good defending from Akanji. Wow. That is an informed Rafael running at you at full speed And Akanji is able to track backwards and win the battle. Barella, dude, Barella gets the ball in his stomach or like his chest, brings it down, juggles it with the right, knees it up, keeps it juggling, and then in midair tries to flick it backwards. That was incredible. Barella, man, super underrated. It's on the right here for Salamanca. Salamanca's against Di Marco. Salamanca gets a cross off to Leao. Leao almost gets ahead of it, but can't beat Akanji again. Akanji is pocketing Leao. Akanji has been able to pocket Rafael Leao. It should be said. To Thuram. Ooh, too much mustard on that cross from Thuram. But Di Marco recovers it. Thuram is still rolling around in the box on the far side of it. Inter refusing to stop play. They're finally going to kick the ball out. Thuram is in a lot of pain here. It's his right leg that he's holding. What happened there? Oh, shit. That could be a pen. It looks like VAR might be looking at this challenge. Look, Pavlovic blatantly stomped on on Marcus Thuram's foot there. Oh, they're looking at it. Here it comes. I don't think there's a scenario where that's not given. It's not like Pavlovic touched the ball at all. The still image looks really damning. Smart of Marcus Thuram to stay down. He stayed on the ground for a fat minute, forcing his team to kick it out. And it took Inter a while to kind of catch up there and be like, okay, kick it out. He must have a shout. Here's the decision from the ref. Yeah, it's a penalty for AC Milan. For Inter Milan, excuse me. Penalty for Inter Milan. Hard to see in live time, but after review, it's obvious. All right, who is it going to be? It's going to be Çalhanoğlu, the top scorer for the team. Çalhanoğlu is going to take the pen here. Maignan has saved a penalty in this exact situation. Last time from Paulo Dybala. So he can stop these, Mike Maignan. Mike Maignan blocked Dybala's pen against Roma a few weeks ago. Can Çalhanoğlu convert it? The run-up. And Maignan saves it too! Jesus Christ! Mike Maignan saved it again! Oh my god, the mind games! The balls to do that in this game. Maignan was standing to the left, inviting Çalhanoğlu to shoot to his right, and Çalhanoğlu falls for it. Those kind of mind games are insane at this level. Maignan with a double save there, because he saves it, dives to his right, guesses right, the ball lifts, and then Maignan gets up quickly and is able to swat it away. Incredible from Mike Maignan. Oh my god. He did it against Roma, he did it against Dybala, now he's done it to Çalhanoğlu. Inter's top scorer. Can anybody beat Mike Maignan this season? Wow. 16 shots to 7 for AC Milan. AC Milan have 7, Inter have 16. I know for a fact Maignan has at least 3 saves, including that penalty. Here comes Sucic. Nice run by Sucic. Sucic. Oh, wow. Sucic with a sick little run there into the box. And wins Inter a corner. Here's Christian. Can't get past Akanji. Akanji's been the best defender here. I don't know. Acerbi has also been really good. If France go to penalties in the World Cup, dude, they have the perfect weapon. Zielinski comes in for Çalhanoğlu. You hate to be Çalhanoğlu right now. Pulisic comes off, and so does Fofana. And Kuku and Ricci come on. Christian Pulisic has the winner so far. I'm thoroughly impressed by Christian Pulisic's performance today. Can Milan hang on? They were able to do it against Roma, the current leaders of Serie A. AC Milan, man, just seizing the moment, just doing what they can. Things that other teams aren't capable of doing. That was my biggest complaint against Roma a few weeks ago, was that I didn't think Roma were serious title contenders because they were unable to seize their moment. But Milan have the opposite effect. They're able to seize their moment. They only had the one clear-cut chance, and they took it. And as of right now, they're leaving San Siro with the 3 points. And then there's like Inter, who had several moments up until now, and they couldn't capitalize. Inter had an abundance of chances, and they couldn't seize it. They couldn't do it. They couldn't take it for the winning. You know, they couldn't do it. Sucic, silky player Sucic, just nutmegs the shit out of Tomori. Sucic has made a couple of cute little runs and just nutmegs the nutsack off of Tomori. Silky little player, Sucic. Haven't seen him much personally, but he's good. Oh man, Akanji had to make a split-second swing at that ball and just missed it entirely. Acerbi flicks it on. Oh man, Akanji just couldn't connect. Oh man, that's brutal. But Inter just getting agonizingly close. And look at that, Sucic has covered the most ground in this match. Where the fuck is Sucic from? I know he's probably Croatian, right? He's probably Croatian if I had to put my money on it. 22-year-old Croatian. Whoa, he's pretty good. He's been pretty good in this match, Petar Sucic. He has a goal and 2 assists in 10 matches here. That doesn't, exactly speak for the eye test. He's visibly really good. 22 years old. He's going to be going for a pretty penny in the future. It's his first season with Inter. That is quite an acquisition from Dinamo Zagreb from Inter. Barella crosses it, looking for Thuram, but the big hands of Mike are there. Dude, his reach is insane, Mike Maignan. He just plucked that ball out of the air, that cross, and his hands were fucking like so high up in the air. He's tall, he has jumps, and he can reach up high. Acerbi and Barella come off. Diouf, and is that Peterson? Esposito. I feel like I saw him play a little bit. He's not terrible. He's young. He's a young Italian, I think. Very classic number 9 vibes from that kid, Esposito. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is about to come in for AC Milan. 5 minutes to go at regular time. And it's Rafael Leao that's coming off for AC Milan. Luka Modric is still there. Modric is going to play the whole 90. That is crazy. Shot from distance by Diouf, but you're never going to beat Mike from that distance. You have to have something very special. Nice footwork from Thuram to evade Salamakers. Akanji wide. Here he is again, Diouf. Diouf, thinking about it. Diouf. Boni just skies it. That is one of the worst shots I've ever seen from Boni. Oh my god, the play was building. That was an ugly shot from Boni. It's not looking like it's gonna happen for Inter, guys. Will they have one final moment? It kind of feels like it. It's in these little moments where all seems lost and it seems like Inter have just sort of given up that something freaky happens. They have 3.5 minutes. Loftus-Cheek carried that ball like 60 yards, landed on top of it, and then just tried to hide it underneath himself. And Bastoni basically just digs it out of his crotch. Bastoni chips it up high. Oh! Is there a handball? No. It looks like it might have been a handball from Inter. Oh yeah. It bounced off of Thuram's hand. That should do it. That should just about do it. 1 goal in this match, and it belongs to the American, Christian Pulisic. That is insane. That's it. AC Milan beat Inter 1-0. AC Milan get the 3 points here. That's huge. Christian Pulisic is the difference in the Derby Della Madonnina. That is insane. Who would have figured that? Like, come on, man. That is crazy. Huge win for AC Milan. Wow. Inter stumbling. Very on brand for the league. A lot of teams aren't scoring goals. And I think when you're AC Milan, it helps to have a giant pair of hands named Mike Maignan in goal to stop the pen and make some crazy saves throughout this match. Man of the match again, Mike Maignan. Incredible. 6 saves. 6 saves, including a penalty. That is an insane performance by Mike Maignan. Let's see what that does for the table. Yeah, all right. So with that win, AC Milan jump up to 2nd place with 25 points, and Inter drop to 4th. Incredible match. For a 1-0, contest, what more do you want? It's impressive. Class all over the place. Great players. Great action. Back and forth. Like I said, these teams were learning from each other as they went. But you can feel the belief deflate from Inter after that penalty save. And from then on, it just kept growing and growing in their heads that it wasn't going to happen, that it wasn't their day. Inter created chances early on, couldn't convert them. Again, just thanks to the hands of Mike Maignan, the Frenchman. Just fucking clutch. And Mr. Clutch, Captain Clutch himself, Christian Pulisic, showing off, popping off in the biggest match in Italy. An immense achievement to get the winner there, Christian. For an American, wow, incredible. Inter had it. Inter had the chances in the first half to be at least 2-0 up. You know, they didn't seize their moments. And that's been the story of the Serie A this season. Seizing your moment. And Milan are becoming experts in doing so. They don't seem technically sound to me. You know, they just don't look like the best team. But in terms of big moments, they have that. They have that thing. And sometimes that's enough, you know? Sometimes that's enough to, you know, to take it all. In a team, in a season where literally there's not one team that looks consistently good, where you can point them out and be like, oh, that team is miles ahead of the rest. That doesn't exist in this league this season, at least. Like, take the Prem, for example. Right now, if you watch Arsenal and the way they play and the way they are beating teams, it's very clear, like, oh, that's the one. That's the team that's just going to outplay everybody for the 3 points week in and week out. In Serie A, it's not like that. It's a lot closer. It's a lot closer, and there isn't that standout team. And Milan have been able to pull out big moments. And right now, that's what you need. After watching most of the current top 6 so far, I would say Milan has the it factor, for sure. They're sitting in second currently, but I expect bigger things from them in the future. They just have the it factor, they have what it takes, they have the big moments, and so far I think they're the team to beat if you can score on them. Can anybody score on them? But that's going to do it for me today. Make sure to follow at MarkopotamusFC on the socials, on Instagram, on TikTok, and hit like and subscribe on the YouTube. Thank you so much for any support. Feedback is always welcome. Y'all have a nice rest of your day. Thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.